Hey there guys, Jordan here, back with another reaction video, and it's going to be another death battle. And this death battle is going to be Bowser versus Eggman, Mario versus Sonic. Okay, so we have the nemesis of Super Mario going against the nemesis of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I am familiar with these two characters along with the franchises that they're originally from. So, this could be interesting to see another Nintendo and Sega rivalry battle. And considering that we've already seen, considering that Mario vs. Sonic has happened before, I guess they figured why not have their enemies fight against each other as well. So, let's see how it goes. And without further delay, let's get to it. This should be interesting.
Bowser versus Dr. Eggman, the king of the Koopas and the baddest of badniks.
Nice.
They're not alone. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, first up, Bowser.
The mushroom.
All official material related to a character is applied to analysis unless found contradictory to primary source material. This includes English translations, certain alternate media, theatrical releases, and crossovers, e.g. Mario Kun and Smash Bros. Are not applicable. Okay, so they're only using information from actual canonical games. So no crossovers will be used. Let's just keep that in mind.
Kingdom, a peaceful
yep,
land of
the Mushroom Kingdom.
Adventure, love.
That's right.
Move aside, princess. It's time this place got way more awesome.
Ooh.
Here comes King Koopa himself, better known as
Bowser.
The moment this orphan star child was found by Kamek, it was clear Bowser would command the disparate outcasts of the Mushroom world.
That's right.
Koopa clans.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's born a toad, and they treat these critters like...
Alright. Background. Full name, King Bowser Koopa. Age 34 years. Height 10 feet, 305 centimeters. Family, Bowser Jr., Kamek, Koopalings, his dead brother. Hobbies, dancing, golf, go-karts, tennis. Favorite food, cake, drumsticks, steak. Loves Princess Peach, his family. Hates the Mario Brothers, Yoshi, swimming. Okay, so we're learning more about Bowser and what his what all of his background is. I didn't know that he actually had a dead brother, but maybe it's in a piece of Mario media that I've missed. I mean, I haven't played that many Mario games, but I have heard a lot about this franchise. And so, yeah. And the golf, go-karts, and tennis thing, along with dancing, I'm guessing they're using the Mario spin-off games for that. And I take it swimming is from the Olympic Games with the Sonic the Hedgehog characters. So, yeah. It seems that Bowser has a lot more to his background than the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom would have him believe. So that may be something that they might have to keep in mind for themselves.
Like monsters, fated to a life of infinite jump farming for one-ups.
Oh yeah, this thing.
Bowser wanted a different world, but Princess Peach Toadstool would never allow the evil king's day in the sun. Her light
True.
was so bright, Bowser became infatuated with her. So
Yep.
he turned all the toads into bricks and kidnapped her, putting their princess in another castle, and another,
Yeah.
40 years of castles, only to be released if she agrees to marry him and his dad bud. Yet he was foiled time and time again by those pesky Mario Brothers. However,
that's right.
Bowser is nothing if not persistent.
Yep.
Look at him. Dude's built like a brick house strapped to a saw trap. That spike shell takes a lot of punishment. Not even it, especially when he rolls up like a prehistoric Beyblade. And the Koopa King doesn't just breathe fire and control lava, he commands nature itself, spitting meteors from outer space.
Alright, abilities. Fire Breath, Immense Strength, Inhale, Size Alteration, Magic, Duplication, Elemental Evocation, Reality Warping, Shape-Shifting, Teleportation, Time Travel, Transmutation. Enhanced Forms, Castle Bowser, Dreamy Bowser, Dry Bowser, Fury Bowser, Meowser. Okay, so these are all of his abilities that Bowser has ever used in the Mario franchise. And his enhanced forms make him somewhat more powerful than his base form. But not as much, since Mario and Luigi still beat him in all of those forms. But then again, he is facing someone who's not the Mario brothers. So maybe these abilities might work in his favor.
Beckoning the earth with a snap, inhaling torrents of wind, straight up calling down lightning. What else has he got? Oh, just a little dabbling in dark magic. Hell yeah, Wizard Turtle. The original NES manual even describes him as a sorcerer king. Magic is how he turned the toads into bricks, only countered by the princess's heart magic. But that's not all the magic he's mastered. Telekinesis, creating perfect clones, reanimating his undead skeleton, and worst of all, ruining every game of Mario Party. Hey, no, I stole those coins fair and square. Bowser spent decades hoarding treasures, coins, magic star rods, warships, clown cars, you name it.
According to Miyamoto, Paper Mario is canon. Mainline games frequently reference it and vice versa. In these games, Bowser resists time stops and his star rod matches the star spirits who became Dream Depot. Okay, so Mario's creator confirmed that the Paper Mario series is canon. Alright, but I do wonder if some of the other spin-offs are considered canon as well. I suppose it's best not to think about that for now, since now's not the time for it.
This is the same guy that created multiple flying castles fashioned after his own face. Yeah, he's definitely got an ego on him. He's talked about having a 4-digit IQ, but I've seen this moron put death traps in his own backyard. A man after my own heart. Despite his clumsiness, Bowser's charisma and leadership brought many to his side. Not enough to defeat Mario, but his army doesn't make it easy on the Red Plumber. They're the most wicked band of misfits this side of World 8-4. The Koopa Troop, an army spanning multiple territories across the Mushroom World and beyond. Goombas, Koopas, the Troopas, and the others make up the infantry. Some with wings, some in shoes, and some even in race cars. They're the red shirts, first in and first out. Piranha Plants, Bloopers, and Lakitu.
Koopa Troop. Generals: Bowser Jr., Elite Trio, Kamek, King Bob-omb, King Boo, Kammy Koopa, King Goomba, Koopalings, P. Piranha. Troops: Chain Chomp, Charge and Chuck, Goomba, Hammer Bro, Koopa Troopa, Magic Koopa, Piranha Plant, Shy Guy, Wiggler. Airship Fleet: Bob-omb, Broodals, Bullet Bill, Lakitu, Para-Units. Aquatic Forces: Blooper, Cheep Cheep, Hucket Crab, Maw-Ray, Rib Van Fish. Undead Horde: Boo, Bone Piranha Plant, Dry Bone, Mr. I, Peepa. Literal Rocks: Bomp, Flomp, Romp, Thwomp, Wallop, Wimp, Womp. Okay, so these are all of Bowser's minions and members of his Koopa Troop army. So I suppose it makes sense that he wouldn't try to go against the Mario brothers as well as the rest of the Mushroom Kingdom by himself. So he needs assistance for that. Well, he is very resourceful, I will give him that.
Use their surroundings to get the jump on unsuspecting prey. My land sky. We'd be here forever jotting down the small fries. Sky guys, sentient bombs with feet, and more. It was imperative for Bowser to nurture a unit that covers their own vulnerabilities. For example, Kamek and King Boo both have
Kamek can transform troops into copies of Bowser. King Boo can grant intangibility to others and disable an opponent's powers. Oh, so King Boo and Kamek are his most powerful allies. I guess that would explain why they've appeared in more games than any other members of his army.
Magic, but Boo has battlefield control with illusions and destabilizing dimensions, while Kamek focuses on buffing allies, canceling enemy powers, summoning anything he desires, or swapping my items to screw up my Mario Party lead. Not again. Speaking of items, most of the minions can use pretty much any power-up Mario can. The Goombas make frequent use of Tanuki tails, and Bowser can really get into the cat roleplay. But as the Goomba troop grew and grew, it started to feel less like an army and more like a family unit. Oh, you mean like his kids, the Koopalings? They're adopted. What's the difference? Good point. Bowser took them in and trained them in dark magic. Though no one's as spoiled as his natural Nepo baby, Bowser Jr., captain of the Goomba troop. Spoiled is an understatement. His escapades as Shadow Mario, he terrorized Delfino Plaza with literal evil paint. That whole debacle was basically his attempt at elementary school art class. And I heard Bowser still has some on the fridge. But really, the king is very protective of his kids. If the fam's in trouble, he can will himself to transform into a giant kaiju, all to crush whatever bully's talking smack. Maybe a little overkill. Just one punch from Giant Bowser launched a castle out of orbit. Taking into account the flight path and the scale of their universe, Bowser's punch must have hit with a force of over 125 trillion tons of TNT.
Wow. Even without his giant size, Bowser scales to Mario, who can lasso celestial objects, freeze suns with the ice flower, and escape a black hole, which requires faster than light speeds. Really? So Bowser is just as powerful even if he doesn't become gigantic. Guess that should be another part to his advantage in this battle. But then again, the expression his size doesn't matter, so it's best to keep an open mind about that.
Considering how Yoshi punted poor Raphael the Raven so hard he exploded into a constellation of stars, this isn't even close to Bowser's full strength. So don't bully his kid, especially if he falls into some of Bowser Jr.'s set of black paint. That stuff's scary. Enough to unleash Bowser's Dark Fury, a form whose very steps cause widespread natural disasters. Okay, seriously, how does Mario ever beat this guy? He's like Godzilla, Doctor Strange, and John Cena all in one big turtle. We're not even to the best part. Bowser's dark magic became so potent he eventually learned how to warp the very fabric of reality. Anything the king imagines, he makes happen. He turned all of Yoshi's Island into a storybook. And remember those painted worlds in Mario 64? Yeah, he made those. And the staircase that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh God, does anyone know how to BLJ? He also stole ultra-powerful items like the
Arsenal, Dreamstone, Flying Castles, Galaxy Generator, Koopa Clown Car, Power Stars and Grand Stars, Pure Hearts, Star Rod, Wonder Flower, Power-Ups, Cat Bell, Super Crown, Double Cherry, Metal Box, and many, many more. So Bowser also have an impressive arsenal, and like his Koopa army, he's able to use those power-ups just like the Mario Brothers. So it seems that anyone in the Mushroom Kingdom can use these power-ups at will. So yeah, I do wonder what's the point of having these power-ups if anyone can just use them whenever they want. I guess it's best not to think about that.
The Wonder Flower, which can mold reality like Play-Doh, and the Dreamstone, which can be used to wish someone out of existence. But his most iconic thefts are those big shiny power power stars. Don't judge a book by its cover. Infant power stars, aka Lumas, can become whole galaxies. They also ferried Mario across the universe.
Multiple Mario characters have performed similar universe transversing feats such as the Millennial Star, Dribble, Spitz, and Prankster comics. Okay. So other characters aside from Mario are able to hop between other universes thanks to these particular Lumas. Just goes to show that Mario always has backup whenever he needs them.
In 3 seconds. That's 489 quadrillion times light speed.
Nice.
Big Daddy Grand Stars are even crazier. Bowser used one to power his space kingdom, but then
Okay.
showed up to ruin everything.
Yep.
It's a him. And when the Grand Star was freed, it caused a chain reaction that destroyed the entire universe via a massive black hole. Thanks, Space God, that
Rosalina survived this cosmic implosion and is implied to have witnessed multiple Big Bangs. Bowser has directly battled Rosalina in several games after the events of Super Mario Galaxy, suggesting a comparable level of power. So Bowser is on par with Rosalina, who has been able to witness Big Bangs as well as create alternate universes. Wow. So even a mighty turtle is on par with a celestial being. There's no stopping this tyrannical turtle.
Rosalina showed up to save the day. Not that Bowser needed saving. He's been swallowed by another black hole and thrown into a star that went supernova. Imagine if this crazy fire turtle had to fight himself. Oh wait, he did, and he beat the hell out of him. With all his power, it's...
Alright, feats. Conquered most of the universe twice, harnessed the power of grand stars, flew to the sun and other galaxies, lifted a 61,000 plus ton castle, battled the extra-dimensional Kulex, survived being thrown across the planet, helped Mario save the Mushroom Kingdom, defeated Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Dimencio, Fawful. Okay. So Bowser has achieved all of these feats throughout the entire franchise, and it does make me wonder what sort of other feats he may do in other Mario games to come. It seems that Bowser might be just as popular as other people might have thought that he was. I will admit, that is very impressive.
No wonder he still hasn't conquered the Mushroom Kingdom. Perhaps it's because his visions of grandeur were never really what he sought. Surrounding him is a crew of outcasts and miscreants like him. Ride or dies that can't be swayed against him. Are you saying he's secretly happy because he's got a big monster family now? Yes.
I guess.
But also, when they actually worked together, they legitimately conquered most of the known universe. So, he's a bit through and through, who will teleport through space and time to show you what's what. Because he's no ordinary Koopa.
No, he's not.
For the king.
Alright, next up, Eggman.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your...
All official material related to a character is applied to analysis unless found contradictory to primary source material. This includes English translations, certain alternate media, theatrical releases, and crossovers, e.g. Archie Sonic, are not applicable. Alright, so they're doing the primary source materials for Eggman as well. So, no other crossovers or other alternate media.
Years. Imagine a world of endless possibility where people are free as the wind. Isn't it disgusting?
What?
Now imagine a better world, one with proper guidance and the technology to bring about global peace. But only a brilliant mind can make that happen. Not just any brilliant mind. He's a genius at heart who knows the dangers within. He's Ivo Robotnik. Dr.
Eggman.
As a mad scientist myself, His story is my inspiration, just as Eggman's was his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, who sought to create world peace through technology. But then his beloved granddaughter, Maria, was killed by the Guardian Unit of Nations, better known as... Gun. They're freaking called UN. Anyway, Lil Eggy grew up a lonely narcissist because all his family talked about was Maria this, Maria that. Neglect and envy tainted Ivo's goals of following Gerald's footsteps. He distanced himself from his grandfather's legacy. Instead of bettering the world, he would conquer it to get the attention he deserved. No, you mean craved.
Okay.
Tomato, tomato. You just said
then.
He aimed to establish Eggman Land.
Alright, background. Full name, Dr. Ivo Robotnik. Age, 50 plus years. Height, 6'1", 185 centimeters. Family, Gerald Robotnik, Maria Robotnik, Eggman Nega, Sage. Occupations, CEO of Eggman Industries, Meteor Tech, and various casinos. Hobbies, archaeology, history, woodworking. Favorite food, egg dogs, egg candy, poppin' egg corn, this delicious banana. Loves himself, Agent Stone, his daughter. Hates that hedgehog and cold soup. Ooh, so we're learning more about this kind of maniacal inventing doctor. And it makes sense who that hedgehog is referring to, since it seems that he says it a lot. And egg-themed foods. That is funny. So yeah, we're learning more about Eggman here. And just like with Bowser, we've learned much about his backstory and how he came about. So maybe we should be mindful of how these two will be able to coalesce once they get to their fight.
A capital of science. And this paradise would have worked just fine if not for that blasted Sonic the Hedgehog. For years, Eggman's plans literally blew up in his face. And he's a very sore loser. But just like any good experiment, the doctor did more testing, seeking better results. He's created plenty of knickknacks to terrorize the world with. A laser gun, a cloning ring, mind control cannons, a flying armada, typical evil scientist stuff. Then there's the big ones. He invented a spatial displacement trap, which, while online, scatters a target's atoms across space.
Ooh.
And then there's the metal virus, which transmutes organic tissue into living metal zombies. It's so deadly, it created a plague that nearly wiped out all life on Earth. Shame Eggman
horrifying.
To it. That's a whoopsie. And when he's not duping you with decoys, he's riding in style with the Eggmobile. It's lightweight for mobility, but tough enough to withstand moon-sized explosions and even the center of a black hole.
The Sonic Encyclopedia confirms that Hyper-Go on Black Hole had an event horizon and the wisp energy comprising it manipulated gravity. Ooh. So Eggman was able to survive a black hole that was comprised of wisp energy. Man. It seems that nothing will stop this corrupted egghead in his tracks.
I mean, it's kinda lame looking, but he can plug it into big bad mechs like the Egg Walker or the Death Egg Robot, whose giant laser once obliterated 77,000 cubic meters of rock in an instant. That's like having an atomic bomb in your pocket all the time. Oh, okay, maybe this guy's pretty cool. Eggman built machines for a long list of combat situations. Some look like knights, others use extraterrestrial sources like the Wisps, and then there's the orbital bases like the Death Egg. The reference is obvious, but Darth Vader's version is like a toy compared to the Death Egg, which can annihilate stars.
Whoa.
Constellation, gone in one shot. That's not to say Eggman doesn't enjoy scrapping with blue hedgehogs himself. Enter the Egg Dragoon. Hell yeah, the road.
Alright, mechs and fortresses. Big Arms, Death Egg, Orbital Station, Final Egg Blaster, Death Egg Robot, E-Mech, Egg Dragoon, Egg Emperor, Egg Mobile, modular hovercraft with teleportation, attachable to mechs like the Egg Walker. Okay, so Eggman has invented all of these mechs in order to stop Sonic's foiling of his plans. And the Eggmobile is completely compatible with whatever big mech that Eggman invents. So it seems that Eggman's just as resourceful as well. So we have two resourceful villains here. This should be interesting.
List of the battle mix. It's got electric drills. It's got ice missiles. It's got a whole lot of bullets. My God, Wiz.
Egg Salamander, powered by Soul Emeralds, can create spatial rifts. Egg Wizard, made with the power of the Jeweled Scepter. Egg Viper, Egg Wyvern, Nega Wisp Armor, Time Eater, sentient entity that controls space and time, converted into a manageable cyborg by two Eggmans. Much more than I expected there.
I need it. Don't forget, Eggman built all of these things himself. Maybe world domination is in his grasp yet. One problem. Eggman's a turbo loner. No hobbies, no friends, no wife, no nothing. Come on, he has friends. I mean, he's a feminist. Okay, maybe not, but what about Infinite? Sure, they might have joined forces over a mutually sought revenge against Shadow, but it counts. Sort of. Who needs friends when you can build friends? Obviously, Eggman has a tough time collaborating with others, so he just built his own army instead. The Eggman Empire. The Badniks are mass-produced soldiers, buzz bombers, craft meats, caterpillars, egg robos, and don't forget those cute little moto bugs. The Badniks may seem simple, but they're led by an elite, multi-talented unit.
Okay.
The hard-boiled heavies. Really leaning into the egg thing, huh? The army has a wide variety of troops.
Alright, Eggman Empire. Leaders: D3 Koi, Infinite, Metal Sonic, Orbot and Cubot, Sage, Badniks, Batbot, Buzz Bomber, Caterkiller, Chopper, Coconuts, Crab Meat, Egg Robo, Hotaru, Jaws, Motobug, Orbinaut, Rexon, Valkeen, Super Badniks, Death Crab, Hard Boiled Heavies, Ladybug Boss, Uber Caterkiller. E-Series: E101 Beta, E102 Chaos Gamma, E21 Phi, E1000, E2000R. Metal Series: Mecha Sonic, Mecha Knuckles, Tails Doll, Rocket Metal, Shadow Android. Pawn Series: Egg Bishop, Egg Chaser, Egg Hammer, Egg Knight, Egg Pawn. Egg Fleet, Egg Carrier, Final Fortress, Mako Gunships, Sky Fortress. Gee whiz. Eggman has one massive empire, and keep in mind, he was able to invent all of this on his own. Sheesh. It seems that brains might be better than brawn in this battle.
Even your classic comedy duo with Orbot and Cubot. They're Eggman's assistants and immense disappointments. Every genius has their duds.
Right.
They're not Scratch and Grounder, but that's why you top-notch bots modeled after the Sonic cast, like everyone's favorite Robo Faker,
Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic has the most horsepower in the Eggman Empire. He has the moves and speed of Sonic and...
In Sonic CD, Sonic dodges light beams from Hotarus, and the Japanese manual states he must reach light speed to use the game's time travel mechanic. Sonic also outpaces light speed Sign Wisp in Sonic Colors DS. So Sonic is even capable of dodging light speed attacks. And since Metal Sonic is supposed to be a perfect replica, he might be capable of that as well. Man, is there anything that this doctor can't figure out?
And then some. He's had his his rebellious phases, but Eggman's reprogrammed Metal to better follow his commands. Additionally, when upgraded to his Neo form, Metal Sonic could copy biological data, including unique powers like Shadow's time stop technique, chaos control. He could even copy Silver's psychokinesis, and with enough chaos energy, he powers up into Super Neo Metal Sonic. Though everything would change with the appearance of the Phantom Ruby. One of many trump cards at Eggman's disposal, the Phantom Ruby alters reality by manipulating perception. Basically, super OP illusion.
The Phantom Ruby can create pocket dimensions such as null space and the egg field. Eggman invented prototype copies of the Ruby which require enormous levels of power to operate. Man. So this Ruby can be able to manipulate time and space, and Eggman tried to make a copy of it. Man. For a mad scientist, that doesn't seem like a very smart decision if you ask me.
But in Infinite's hands, it's a weapon of mass destruction. I don't know how illusions translate to body replicas, changing gravity, or making a fake sun, but go off, King! And when used on the planet's consciousness, which is a thing, the Ruby granted Eggman the Light Man form. Yep, apparently Super Eggman.
With the Phantom Ruby prototype and weeks of preparation, Super Eggman could manipulate memories, fight on par with Super Sonic, and summon imitations of other monsters and worlds such as Perfect Chaos and Green Hills. Sheesh. So it seems that there's even a Super Eggman and capable of doing these sorts of things? Huh. Well, hopefully Super Sonic was able to put him in his place.
Man is canon, though it is pretty complicated to manifest. But the Phantom Ruby isn't the only souped-up gem Eggman has. He's used the Jeweled Scepter to make the world-shattering Egg Wizard. Then, on more than one occasion, he's...
Arsenal, cloning device, Chaos Emeralds, Dark Rings, Egg Field, Hyper Go-On, Jetpack, Jeweled Scepter, Laser Guns, Metal Virus, Mind Control Ray, Nightmare Fuel, Phantom Ruby, Shrink Ray, Soul Emerald, Spatial Disruption Trap, Super Form, Light Man, Teleporters, Time Reversal Machine, Time Stones, and more. Good lord. That's some very resourceful arsenal that Eggman has cooked up here. Makes me wonder if he'll be able to use all of that against Bowser's army. Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
He's effortlessly gathered the super rare, super powerful Chaos Emeralds. You know, the things that power Super Saiyan Hedgehog. Eggman built and built and built, and eventually he built something that started to build on him. Sage was originally designed as a mere assistant, but through an alien encounter, she was granted actual sentience. Sage is already super powerful, but now she's also super smart. She thought up millions of battle plans all at once to defeat the massive titans. And you can barely remember where you put your dune bug. I know exactly where it is. It's at the police impound. Thank you very much. Sage was Eggman's saving grace. He had previously found machines with personality lacking. But Sage's great adequacy in serving her function provided Eggman with something that, for the first time, he'd hate to lose. In essence, a sort of daughter. So, like any good daddy, gave her the keys to his car, his spaceship, and his orbital death ray. Hell, now she controls the entire army. And this frankly unheard of trust from Eggman became crucial in defeating the End. A primordial entity so mighty, even Super Sonic struggled against it. Their battle can be described as peak fiction, because charged by 7 Chaos Emeralds, Super Sonic's no joke. The power of 1 emerald can chip.
Feats. Conquered most of the planet once, harnessed the power of the Chaos Emeralds, broke the moon with the Eclipse Cannon, Eggmobile flew to the moon in seconds, destroyed the Guardian Unit of Nations, led some beloved villains, and Zavok has helped Sonic the Hedgehog save the world, defeated Sonic, Tails, Starline, Gemerald. Man. So Eggman was able to achieve all of these feats. And considering what Eggman has created, it seems that he was able to achieve these without even breaking a sweat. That may be something to be wary of, especially about what he'll do in future Sonic installments.
Continents, all 7 together, can shift the universe. And kill some pretty terrifying bosses, like Eggman's Time Eater, which ripped apart space-time like tissue paper. In short, Chaos Emeralds give thoughts power. With them, Eggman's best machines can run indefinitely while matching the greatest powers ever seen, like when 3 supers battled Solaris.
In Sonic Rush, the Chaos Emeralds could have destroyed the universe when reacting to the Soul Emeralds. Also, Super Verbs utilizing Chaos scaled above the speed of the Paradox Prism, and Time Eater destroying the universe in less than 10 seconds. So there is a risk of when it comes to using the Chaos Emeralds and the Soul Emeralds. And the super forms are capable of destroying universe-destroying beings. And Eggman was able to utilize the power of that with ease. Is there anything this doctor can't pull out of his sleeves?
Who tried to destroy time itself. Solaris extended its chaos across multiple timelines in about 20 seconds, or 73 quadrillion times light speed.
Whoa.
It's funny, though. While Eggman's smarts have sort of defeated Sonic here and there, he's pretty effective when he teams up with the Blue Blur to save the world. Well, recall how Professor Gerald was a good person before losing the granddaughter he loved. In Eggman's case, now that he has Sage, perhaps a similar story is playing out in reverse.
Ooh.
Nah. Always have a harebrained scheme behind his cufflinks. So watch out, critters and plebeians of the world. He is the Eggman, and he's got the master plan.
Nice.
Alright, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities. It's time for a death battle!
Let's get started. Ooh. Okay. What?
I've come to make an announcement. This territory is now the base for my upcoming Eggman Land 2.
Ah.
What a joke.
This should be interesting. Here we go. Haha. Wow. Ooh. Whoa. What?
You call these toys an invasion force? That seems so stupid. That's a decoy, idiot. His powers without
Oh.
it is the ultimate strength.
Oh boy. Ooh. Oh boy. Ooh. Whoa. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. Wow. Oh.
You've lost the battle before it has begun.
Excellent work as always, Metal. Ready to wrap this up, Sage?
As you command.
Really?
The more the merrier.
Oh boy.
Showtime.
Whoa. Ooh. Big battle time. Ooh. Oh man. Whoa. Oh boy. What?
How dare you keep your hands off my...
Ooh. Oh man. Oh? There he goes. Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy.
So long, Doctor.
Ooh. Whoa.
This war was not an easy one to win, which might seem surprising given how the Sonic series is not afraid to show how tough its cast is, while Mario's comes across as more cartoony. But as it turns out, Bowser had everything he needed to take Chrome Dome down.
Oh?
This one's a lot, so we'll break it down into 5 categories. First up,
Okay.
physical stats. Bowser pretty handedly outmatched any of Eggman's usual mech.
Bowser's space-traversing vehicles matched the speed of Eggman's vehicles. Both had arguments for incalculable speeds given equal levity. Both potentially scale above dimension manipulation feats from Phantasma, Q-Lex, Eraser, Jin, and Void. Okay, so both of their vehicles have equal amount of speeds and are able to go against these dimension manipulating beings. So, I guess that's equal for that.
It's like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot. The Death Egg Robot could level cities. Bowser could punch a castle out of orbit. The Death Egg could destroy stars. But Yoshi could match that level of power. And Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus, while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger. So, he may win stats, but this could change with their powers. With so many items and minions, that could make all that
right.
point. Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate minds, create...
Bowser's army resisted Fawful's mind control spray and thus could resist Eggman's similar tech. Okay, so they're resistant to mind control powers. That's another point for Bowser here.
Duplicates and alter space-time. However, Bowser had a significant edge in having access to the majority of his abilities at all times. Yeah,
okay.
Some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's
you don't say.
He's got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot, meaning he wins
True.
the war of attrition. He even had counters for battle enders like the metal virus and spatial displacement trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely,
I
most
see.
of his robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back. Bowser takes the edge in powers. But definitely not for intelligence. Come on, you have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot. Usually, just really clumsy. Poor
okay.
fella. While Eggman's an engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by brains. Easy dub. Now,
right.
Trump card. As in, items so powerful they could decide the entire outcome on their own. The Phantom, the super...
Achieving Super Eggman and the egg field required weeks of energy gathering and a modified Phantom Ruby prototype. Bowser using the Wonder Flower could warp reality at a universal range in a shorter time. Bowser can also warp stars without power-ups. Also, Super Eggman was countered by positive chaos energy, which shares similarities with Pure Hearts. Okay, so even if Eggman did have these advantages, Bowser could have easily countered them, considering that his power-ups are just as capable as nullifying Eggman's power-ups. So I guess that point goes to Bowser as well.
Dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions. Unlike Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real. The Ruby affects the whole planet, but the Wonder Flower has the power to alter the universe. Also, the Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful. Clearly, this is getting fairly abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly.
I never would have guessed. The Pure Hearts counter the Time Eater and Paradox Prism, as they can restore space-time and nullify destructive forces like the Chaos Heart. These could scale to their multiverses, which are theoretically infinite in scope, sharing similar cosmological interpretations based on statements from both series. So these power-ups can nullify the powers of Time Eater and the Paradox Prism. Sheesh. And people wonder why Nintendo has the better mascot than Sega. I'm starting to see why, though I'm not playing favorites here.
A tie, which means it's finally time to compare their armies. Eggman seems
right
clear at first glance. I mean, look at all those buzzsaws and rockets. Metal Sonic speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa Troop, but the Eggman Empire lacked something Bowser had in spades: teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman is a notoriously terrible team player. His alliances are practically guaranteed to fall apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations, he could barely manage working with himself.
His army is designed to be controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to...
Eggman has been betrayed by Shadow, Chaos, Metal Sonic, Mega Sonic, Mega Knuckles, Gamma, Omega, General, the Deadly Six, the Hard-Boiled Heavy, Starline, Trip, Eggman Nega, Mother Wisp, Infinite, and more. Yikes. Man, Eggman cannot find any help in this franchise. And to be honest, considering how completely insane he is and how tyrannical he is, I seriously don't blame them for wanting to cut ties with him.
To command those with free will, hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa Troop follows Bowser because they actually like him. They train really hard to cover each other's weak points.
Yes.
Plenty of advantages as this war progressed, like battlefield control through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa Troop doesn't rely that much...
Bowser Jr., Kamek, and King Boo could cross between dimensions, countering Sage and Infinite, banishing them to cyberspace or null space. King Boo possessed EGAT's technology, a form of paranormal invasion Sage has never encountered. So Bowser and the others are capable of crossing dimensions, and much more than Sage and Infinite, who can do the same and are more powerful. Seems that Bowser has a superior army than Eggman.
Much on technology, Sage's hacking potential had little use.
Also, secret weapon? Kamek is kind of busted, canceling Metal Sonic's power copying, stealing the Phantom Ruby, and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his army, can you...
Sage's knowledge of the Titans relied on her data augmented by the agents. As of Mario and Luigi Brothership, Bowser's army numbers well over 98 million. Without data on the Koopa Troop, it's unlikely Sage could compute a surefire strategy against such an innumerable amount of power-up permutations. So Sage wouldn't be able to foresee all of Bowser's strategies, considering that he has almost 100 million minions at his disposal. So, yeah, it seems that Eggman had no chance of that part.
Use any Mario power-up item, and they had millions, no, billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's billions of plans.
Results. Bowser, positives, a truly loyal army, more useful inherent abilities, stronger base form, equals cosmic and reality warping powers, equivalent strength via forms. Negatives, Kamek's mind control magic was ineffective. Eggman, positives, far more intelligent, equals cosmic and reality warping weapons, equivalent strengths via mechs. Negatives, less efficient leadership, Sage's technopathy was ineffective, army is mostly vulnerable to transmutation magic. So yeah, science doesn't seem to have much of an effect in battle as magic. So Bowser wins that by default.
To take down the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their conquests makes it clear. The Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most of the universe.
Eggman was no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the biggest fight of his life. But the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevailed.
Okay.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's cracked and scrambled.
The winner is Bowser.
Congratulations, Bowser. Next time. Huh?
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
Among Us versus Fall Guys. Okay. Alright, so that was Bowser versus Eggman, and Bowser reigned victorious. Just goes that the King of the Koopas can go against the Mad Doctor. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the next death battle will hold for me, since I don't know that much about their franchises. But I'll learn more about them when the time comes. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.